Hi guys, and welcome to the short demonstration of CloudBerry Backup for Microsoft Exchange. On October 28, 2016, CloudBerry Backup 5.2 was released, and it comes with really nice capabilities, and this video is going to show one of that capability, which is addressed to Microsoft Exchange protection. So what is Exchange? So Exchange is actually a mail server, right? And it's just designed to cover mail needs within an organization. So it can be installed on Prime or somewhere else. And there are different protection strategies for Microsoft Exchange. It can be something like an agentless approach when you have Microsoft Exchange installed into your virtual machine. So you can use something like a virtualization backup. It can be agent. So actually CloudBerry Backup for Microsoft Exchange is an agent which is designed specifically for Microsoft Exchange to understand what is inside. There is a data, there are log files, so this information should be protected, this information should be backed up. So CloudBerry Backup for Microsoft Exchange comes with really application aware way. So it actually guarantees transactionally consistent backup. We leverage Microsoft VSS technology, which is Windows Shadow Copy Service. So eventually when you create a backup plan, when you run the backup plan, so there is a snapshot taken at the same time of a certain partition. So it actually guarantees consistency of data when we try to restore that data, so it's just simply recoverable. So CloudBerry Backup for Microsoft Exchange comes with really a wide list of cloud provider support. So it can be, so your backup can be placed to any cloud provider, which is either from the S3 compatible side or from the OpenStack based platforms, including all major cloud providers like AWS S3 or Glacier, or it can be Microsoft Azure and a different storage technology, or it can be a Google Cloud Platform with different storage class and different storage type, and etc. etc. So there are a lot of major cloud providers, and in my demonstration part I will just cover that wide list of storage provider support. So specifically for Microsoft Exchange 2010, in the latest release of our product, we have really nice capability which is addressed to recovery part of the product. So let's say that we have data that's been backed up before, like Exchange data. It's like Exchange database and log files, and we place that information to a cloud storage, let's say to AWS S3. And after a while, we got a request from one of our mailbox consumer that there is a need to restore some deleted items, so basically some deleted messages. And so this new feature of CloudBerry Backup 5.2 is addressed to that particular case. So we can actually, right on the fly, mount content of the backup to the CloudBerry Backup server, then launch a Microsoft API that's responsible for building a bridge between production application and the database information, and using the proxy appliance, which is actually talking to each site. We just deliver selected information by administrator from the database, which you keep in a backup site, straight to the production mail server. And let's just take a look at this. So CloudBerry Backup for Microsoft Exchange adds a new version. So that's just the dashboard where we can see all available storage accounts. And let's just go ahead and configure quickly Microsoft Exchange task. So by clicking on that, we just get a wizard, and I'm just gonna fill up that wizard quickly. So I have different options from the provider standpoint of view. So I can select anything from that list, or I can use something which is pre-configured already. So I actually done that by myself. One of the major steps is actually picking up the database or databases if you have more than me. So yeah, there is compression and encryption, so let's just enable that just in case you want to see that. Okay, and there are different other options that I just want to skip. So that's it. So that's my Microsoft Exchange backup plan. So what I can do, I can launch that plan. So it's gonna take a snapshot, as you can see, and then searching for modified files, and then place this information to Amazon S3. So now if we go to backup storage, so if we take a look at the Exchange server instance, if we go inside, drill down to the mailbox database, so we actually can see just a single point. So that's actually my database right now, but let's say if I'm missing something, so let's say so there is my mailbox, so that's actually OWA, which is access to Exchange. So let's just say it's actually Smith, I think, yeah. So Mr. Smith, and here in the inbox I have the only email. So let's just take a look at this. Yeah, so there are 2 photos and some text. So let's just close it, and let's delete that email just to make an experiment. So let's also delete that information from the recycle bin. Let's get back to the Cloud Agent. So if we do that, if we do a right click, so there is item restore. So what happens right now? So CloudBerry Backup goes to AWS S3 storage account and takes the information with backup from there and mounts that information straight to CloudBerry Backup server. So actually right now we have our backup data mounted to CloudBerry Backup server, and it can be compressed and can be encrypted. So we do that unmounting on the fly. And once this process is done, we just start touching Exchange services for doing a recovery. And you're going to see that in a minute. Okay, so there we go. So that's my Microsoft Exchange item level restore. And we have a database. And we have actually different users, but I just want to work with this Mark Smith. So you remember that was just a single email and that Mark Smith mailbox. So I just click on it and I just say restore. And here I need to fulfill all these fields. So it can be Exchange server. So actually I need to put a full address to here, Mark Smith. So that's my mailbox where I want to put it, and a password, and finally a well-known folder. So that's going to be a subfolder in that well-known folder, like a restored subfolder. So that's it. It's done. If we go to here, so what we have here, so we actually can just check emails. Okay, so that's my restored folder, and that's my restored folder, and within that folder I have my content and my email actually. So it's actually from November 11:08 a.m. So this is exactly the time I was making that demonstration. So thanks very much for watching. If you want to get more details, please visit www.cloudberrylab.com/exchange and feel free to try.